Tomorrow, the state legislature is going to start getting details on a budget that has to be approved 4 weeks from now.
24-hour News 8's political reporter Rick Albin joins us now with how this year's spending spat may play out and how politics will be a big part of the picture.
Yeah, so what's new, right? Well, this year it may be a little more intense, at least as far as politics go, and here's why. In general, there are 38 members of the state Senate. Just takes a simple majority to pass most of those budget bills. But this year, as we have noted up here, there is one vacancy. So that means that 19 votes will pass the bulk of the legislation. That body has 21 Republicans and it has 16 Democrats. Now, over in the House, there are 110 members. And there are 67 Democrats and 43 Republicans. 56 votes will move most of the bills in the lower chamber. So as you can see, Democrats have a large majority here. Now, here is kind of the catch in all of this. That's not just about 56 votes, because if we go back over to the Senate, let me show you what's going to happen. There are only 8 members that are able to run for office again next year. That's because of term limits. That means that potentially as many as 60 or more House members could be considering one of those other Senate seats, and that consideration could have some part in next year's election cycle. Now, if you have to vote for taxes or cut services, could that have an impact on election? When you look at all those empty seats over in the Senate, that could be a consideration. Now, there is a lot riding on next year's election, too, when you look at all of those empty seats, including redistricting. And that's the part where they redraw the lines for congressional seats as well as for the House and Senate seats here in the state. And both political parties are very interested in winning a majority there. So as far as the budget negotiations go, Democrat and Republican members are going to get briefed tomorrow. There have been talks going on all summer long, but only a few in the leadership have been privy to those talks. When I was talking to folks in Lansing, they're very frustrated about the lack of detail they have. So they will make sure that they get some details, and we'll start looking at passage coming up in about a week and a half when we start seeing bills to fill that $2 billion hole. Senate's already passed a budget. House will have to pass one. But as you do that, keep in mind that 2010 election, because with all those open Senate seats, there's going to be some pressure on some members.
All right.
They're going to make the deadline?
Yes, they'll make the deadline, because I think the governor took that off the table when she said she would use stimulus money to keep the government going. Whether or not the Republicans agree that she can do it, I think that may avoid the quasi-shutdown. I think they'll get it done, but I hate making those predictions.
I hear you. Thanks,
Thanks, Rick.